right, we will welcome the manager of the San Francisco Giants, Bob Melvin, and we will start with Andy, about 5 rows back on your left, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Jordan mentioned that you had a chance to tell a few Willie Mays stories and hold a little meeting with the team. I mean, the news of his passing happened right before the game started Tuesday. You never really had a chance to talk to the team. How much did that mean to you, and what did you hope to convey?
Just how special he was, not only just, in baseball, but just in life in general. And what he meant to me, and what he meant to the team, what he meant to the Bay Area, what he meant to baseball. He's a true icon in the world, and just wanted to share a couple stories and open the floor if anybody else had anything, and how special it is to be here playing on the field that he started his career on.
Other questions for Bob? We'll go to standing on the riser, Bob, in the back right.
Bob, you grew up in the Bay Area, and then you got to spend some time with the Giants as a player, and obviously now as the manager. I'm wondering how your view of Willie changed from when you were a kid to being part of the organization, and what he really meant to you.
Well, I mean, he's the reason I probably like baseball, love baseball as much as I did. I was at a young age when I first started watching baseball, it was Willie. So whether it was on the radio, on TV, any time that he came to the plate, you stopped what you were doing. Anytime you had a chance to watch him, and I went to Candlestick a lot as a kid. I was there for his 3,000th hit. And then I grew up one town over from him. And, we'd ride our bikes over in his neighborhood and wait for him to come out and, wave to us in his pink Cadillac. And, so he was a big part of my youth. And then when I got to the Giants, I was able to talk to him. I lockered right next to him. He was there quite a bit, and just he's meant a lot to me over the course of my career and my life.
We'll stay there, one spot over.
They say this field is the holy grail of baseball, and just what the MLB was able to do to pay tribute to the Negro Leagues. Just what was your impression walking out to the field the first time and being able to see what was done here?
So I played here for parts of 3 seasons in Double-A. So I've been on this field before, and 40 years later, coming back and taking a look for the first time I got goosebumps. So, and I have much better perspective now than I did when, I was playing here just in Double-A. You're playing, you're trying to survive, you're trying to make it to the big leagues. You kind of know the history of the Negro Leagues and what transpired here, but the perspective I have now is immense. So it was a whole different feeling, and being able to walk out in that field today and take a look was one of the cooler feelings I've had in my career.
Seated in the last row, Steve.
Thanks for talking to us. What do you think is the message being sent out to baseball fans tonight? And is there a message here that goes beyond the sports world in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, this is a signature game, probably in, one of the signature games in baseball history. So being able to celebrate, and now we're celebrating it more with statistics mattering and a much more awareness of, what happened here in the Negro Leagues and the great players that played it. And for us, it's about Willie and where Willie started. So we're the perfect team to have to be here and play. But I think the message is that how many great ball players have played on this field before, and, the legends of the game that have, walked this field, and, we get a chance to be on it. I think that's kind of the message for us.
The left center aisle, about 5 rows back.
Hey, Bob. We know you played here back in the minors. They put in a lot of work leading up to this game with facilities and renovations and all that. What have your impressions been of the changes here at Rickwood from your playing time?
Well, obviously not that we didn't have these clubhouses and tents and so forth back here, but just looking at the field, it's pretty pristine in what it looked like back then. The bleachers look the same, the stands, the roof in right field, the scoreboard in left field, all those things are the same. Now, there's a big, scoreboard that was put up in right center, and you see all the cameras, and I think they brought some lights in and so forth for this game. But I love the fact that it looks pretty much the same as it did when I played here. And when you talk about the oldest ballpark in the country, it should still have kind of that feel. So that's the first thing that I noticed.
The third row on your right, Bob.
Hi, Bob. What do you remember about your first meeting with Willie, whenever that was?
My first meeting was in 1986 when we left spring training. My first year with the Giants, I got to Candlestick, and we had a workout before the season started, and Willie was there. And I was trying to think of something to say to him because I was just kind of in awe. And I said, you know, you hit 660 homers with the wind blowing in fiercely from left field. You know, how'd you do that? And he looked at me and he goes, well, when the wind blew in from left, I hit him out to right. And just showed you this perfect textbook swing of how to inside out a ball, you know, right field. And that to me was like, you know, he just played the game with instinct and feel and passion. And in a day and age with a lot of analytics and exit velos and measuring everything, that's not how he played. He just played the game, you know, with joy.
And we'll stay over there on your right.
Yeah, hey Bob, I'm Morris from San Francisco. There's no off day. You only get today. That's all you get. If the turnaround is so quick, and you have so many years. I mean, how many years between today and the first time you were here? That's a lot of years. You get one day, so it just seems like a fleeting moment. I mean, it's kind of surreal to have so little, but so much.
Well, you know, we knew about it. I think there was a lot of thought by everybody coming here. And I think once we actually got here and you saw what was going on and you knew kind of the spotlight you're going to be under, you know, then it really felt like, okay, this is really, really special. So, yeah, it's only one day, but it's a very special day. And I think this is one that everybody will remember over the course of their career. So I you know, one day, I'm cool with that.
About 6 rows back on your right, Susan.
Hi, Bob. Lamont Wade said he really had appreciated you kind of going to bat for him to maybe be able to play in this game. What went into that thinking? How disappointing is it that he won't be able to participate? And how do you see his status right now?
Yeah, so look, if anybody wanted to play in this game desperately, it was him. And, you know, once he got injured, my head went to a timeline for this game because he had been talking about it for a while. So he's not 100% ready to play in this game. I think we're still at least probably a week away from him playing in it, but we were just trying to do anything we can to just get him in at bat. You know, just one at bat in this game. So I understand that there are rules that have to be abided by. So, you know, we just kind of we're hoping maybe something could happen differently to get him in at a bat in this game. He's going to take out the lineup card today. I know it's not like playing in the game, but if there's anyone you really wanted to see play this game, it was Lamont. It's too bad that he got injured.
A couple last ones for Bob. Second row on your left.
Hey, Bob, I want to take you back just talking about the stadium now. Obviously, your personal experience and then coming back now. What do you see this stadium holding for the future of the sport, and how can it continue to impact the game?
Yeah, I think the MLB's done such a great job, and you know, whether with the Field of Dreams game and targeting individual venues that mean more to the game than, you know, just a new stadium or, you know, going abroad or something like that. It's something that was done here historically, you know, in our country, and really kind of puts a spotlight on the past. And I think the timing of all this with, you know, this, like I said, with statistics counting, Negro Leagues and so forth, and the players that have played here, this is the perfect time for us to play this game here.
Anything else for Bob? All right, Bob, it's great to have you back at Rickwood Field. Thanks so much.